Welcome back to another wonderful and just fantastic version of Veggie Mike Ellis on Instagram, Veggie Mike Ellis on YouTube. And we're live here. It's beautiful, it's gorgeous, and I'm outside because I like to be outside, man. Ladies, gentlemen. And so today I want to talk to you about baby steps. People love to talk about baby steps when it comes to going vegan. Oh, those baby steps. So I'm going to talk about the idea of that today. So the main point I want to make about baby steps is that, well, first of all, I'd like to do some trivia. Where did baby steps come from? Originally made popular by the movie What About Bob, perfected by Dr. Leo Marvin in What About Bob. So that's good. So at least we're using movie trivia to promote veganism, right? And you know, the idea of baby steps, if you are getting over a trauma and it takes you time and one step at a time, and you know, that's cool, one step at a time to get over some kind of a trauma in your life or trying to make improvements, that's cool. But let's talk about, there is a difference, right, between vegans trying to get people to go vegan and promoting baby steps and accepting that they happen, okay? So most vegans went through baby steps in a sense, right? We took time to come around, right? We took time before we went vegan. So for example, I was vegetarian on and off for years, and 6 months leading up to finally going vegan, I was vegetarian. Okay, fine. But does that mean I tell people to just go vegetarian then? Is that how that works? Or a flexitarian? That's another one. Or, oh, these fancy words for who you kill. You know, pescatarian, you know. Again, that's not a personal attack on anybody, telling you're an evil person or something. That's not what I mean. But the point is that when we're talking about veganism, okay, so let's look at it this way. Would you use these baby steps to promote any other form of, any kind of other form of social justice? So for example, racism. Would you feel would you be comfortable telling racists, well, baby steps, you know, you could just don't be racist on Mondays and maybe Fridays, and you know, baby steps, you know, take your time, you know, I know it's hard to not be racist, it's so hard, you know, oppressing women or children. Would you promote sounds ridiculous, doesn't it? It sounds completely ridiculous, right? So am I saying that people who promote baby steps are personally ridiculous? No. I think that they're well-meaning people that want people to go vegan, and they're afraid to scare people away. So and they want, oh, we don't want to scare anybody away. So just, you know, take your time, and you know, we don't want to scare anybody. Well, I don't think we should be scaring people. I don't think we should be demonizing people either. So it's a false choice to say that if you're not promoting baby steps, then you're some extremist and you'll scare everyone away. Would you say that, would you have any tolerance for violence against women? Would you say that, well, I understand that you want to commit violence against women, so just, you know, take your time and eventually you'll stop? Like, do you see how ridiculous the position is, right, when it comes to human rights? So why do animals get sold down the river, right? And the comeback to that is, well, we live in a society now where it's legal and everybody's doing it, and you could just go buy animals in the store and all this stuff. Well, we lived in a society, well, where women were oppressed, and they still are to a point, and where minorities were oppressed, and they still are to a point. But it's gotten better, but we're still not there yet, right? We still got problems. So, but back when it was just, say, when racism was just commonplace, let's just say, did it make it okay to, just because everybody was doing it and it was legal to, say, have segregation, for example? So, okay, so back then we had to hold everybody's hand and say, oh, you'll come around. You don't have to be, just don't be racist on Monday, and hold everybody's hand and be careful. Oh, we don't want to scare off the racists. Oh, no. Like, do you see how morally problematic that is? And do you see how it sells minorities down the river to say that? It's, right? You see how ridiculous the position is when it comes to human rights, correct? I understand that and this is the problem, is that even vegans have leftover speciesist, you know, views left around. They're creeping around, right? You've gone vegan and you appreciate that you were wrong, right? But deep down, yeah. Just like people who came around at a time when everybody was racist, there's still a little, twinge in there that they were fighting off, that they were trying to fight off, and they saw it was wrong and they fought it. They fought against that feeling in themselves. And yeah, there's still, some of that around today. I'm thankful we've improved, but yeah, we're still got a lot of way, we have miles to go when it comes to a lot of human rights types of, situations, right? But the point is that promoting baby steps and accepting that they occur are two completely different things. You don't start from a compromised position. If you want somebody to go vegan, you can't dance around it. You can be kind, you can be understanding, you can, it's okay to understand that they gave up meat for a couple weeks and then they came around and it took time, and understand that it takes people time. It's another thing to promote, to continue to exploit animals for no good reason. We should not be promoting exploiting animals less, or some kind of happy version of exploitation. You can do it kindly, you can do it gently, but baby steps are not necessary. Yeah, I had baby steps myself, but I was still wrong for 6 months before I went vegan. When I was vegetarian for 6 months, I was still wrong, right? And I wouldn't promote somebody doing the wrong thing just because I was afraid to tell them to do the right thing. Do you understand what I'm saying? There's a difference between promoting baby steps and understanding if they occur. They're two completely different things. And when you put it in the human context, you realize how ridiculous baby steps are. And we're not babies. And we're not Bob from the movie What About Bob. We're not Bill Murray from What About Bob, okay? It's not a movie. Animals, little babies' throats are being slit, like right now. And little chicks are ground up alive, like in the billions every year. And in the dairy industry, they rip the babies away from the mothers within two or 3 days, like just so we can take the milk from them over and over again until their bodies give out and they all go to the meat factory again. They all get killed. So we don't have time. The environment can't take it. Environmental factors involved. We don't have time. The animals don't have the patience to wait around for your little baby steps. We're not babies. We're grown-ups. Talk to people like grown-ups. They'll understand. It's okay. It's okay to tell people to go vegan. Help them with it. Give them resources to help them. Understand that it might take time to come around, but don't promote the time to come around. You don't promote it. There's a difference between promoting it and understanding it occurs. Thanks. All right. Well, thanks for watching. Go vegan. Thanks so much for watching. Please consider subscribing. Thank you, and have a nice day.